Now, the subject of wealth management and taxes is daunting to everyone. Unless you win the lottery, balancing what you earn versus what you spend is not an easy task. But my first guest says this perception does not have to be your financial reality. And joining me for the very first time, John Pollock, the CEO of Dallas-based Financial Gravity Company. John, welcome to New to the Street.
Thanks for having me.
And since you are new to the street, so to speak, explain Financial Gravity. What is it?
So Financial Gravity, actually the name was kind of born out of real gravity. So the idea that there's these invisible forces in the universe that control our lives. If I jump off of a building and don't believe in gravity, I'm still going to experience. So we were wondering if there was something similar in the financial arena. And then what I did is I came out with some laws of financial gravity, and the name kind of stuck with the company.
Interesting. Okay, so as I mentioned in the opening, dealing with wealth management, tax preparation, I mean, that just paralyzes people. You don't even know where to begin. So why is this so hard for so many people?
Well, first of all, the tax code is 70,000 pages.
Right.
So unless you're going to sit down and read it, you're not going to really curl up by the fire.
Who does that?
Yeah, and read
right.
a book, a 70,000-page book.
Yeah.
But the reason it's not daunting is that we can take the tax code, we can kind of get the strategies that will most likely fit for you and the average consumer. There's about 130 of them. And we can use those strategies and then design your wealth management platform around the tax code. The tax code actually informs the rest of your life very effectively. So if we can lower your taxes, that'll make you more wealthy.
Okay. Now, we discussed off camera the Hero X.
Yes.
A $1 million fractional family office. So explain what that is all about.
So family office is something that the wealthy have always use. It's something, if you tell someone, you could ask any wealthy person if they have a family office and they'll say yes. What it is an integration of all the advice. It's taxes, insurance, wealth management, and legal all under one roof, and everything's connected. So if you have an insurance product and you need an insurance product, the family office will make sure it's connected to everything else. It's an integrated advice. The problem is it's very expensive to do that. You have to have a minimum of $30 million in cash to be able to hire a family office. So we fractionalized it so that we can make it available to everybody. The Hero X is a crowdsourced prize platform. So X Prize is something you may or may not have heard of, but the X Prize has recently privatized space travel. So by creating a prize and letting people compete for the prize, you get new ways of solving problems. And so we kind of have some ideas on how to solve some of these grand challenges, digitizing the tax code. But we thought if we threw it out to the crowd, that the crowd would come up with some solutions that we hadn't thought of.
So you seem to have merged into two groups, CPAs, also Financial Gravity. Has that been done before?
Yeah, so CPAs, financial services, basically the tax business and the financial services business has been completely separate. They're different skill sets, they're different minds. Someone that knows what number to put in what box is an accountant. That person's really typically not a financial services person. Financial services person can sell products, but they can't really do the products. So you kind of have this mixture of two different personalities, and they don't end up in one human being, and then you have two separate personalities that kind of compete. So we had to figure out a way to combine all the best of tax planning, proactive tax planning, not reactive tax planning, with wealth management. The problem with wealth management, it's mostly product focused. Wealth management people tend to sell products, insurance, financial services, mutual funds, whereas accountants tend to do data entry, basically. So we had to figure out a way to make both these groups able to serve the end consumer.
Now, when you use the term self-actualize, what do you mean by that?
So what we want is we want small business owners to be the best version of themselves. So if I'm a widget manufacturer and I can save you $20,000 a year in taxes, which is our average, it's about $21,000. So it really moves the needle
for
these.
But
it really moves the needle for these entrepreneurs. But if we give that money back to them, they can then put it back in the business and grow it, hire more employees. They can spend it on whatever they want, a new car, college. But by giving it back, they're able to be a better version of themselves.
And then what is the financial blueprint for the company?
So we actually have a product called the Tax Blueprint. And what the Tax Blueprint does is it allows us to design your wealth plan around the tax code. We can control how we use the tax code. If I can lower your taxes by $20,000 just by setting up a certain type of account, we probably should set up a certain kind of account. So we let the Internal Revenue Code make the decisions as to what products and services that you should have.
Now, does your blueprint increase the risk of an audit? Is the IRS looking at you?
They're targeting financial gravity. No, actually, it lowers your risk, because the illustration I like to use is, are you more likely to get a ticket if you stop at a red light? Well, no, you're following the laws. The red light means you stop, you stop. So if we follow the laws as it's written into the Internal Revenue Code, we're not breaking any laws. You know, tax evasion is illegal, tax avoidance is not.
Okay. Now, before I let you go, what should potential investors know about financial gravity if they're considering putting some money into the company?
I'd say help us out. We're trying to bring what the uber wealthy have had for decades to everybody. So if we get more capital, we're able to do that faster. And you know, we're going to grow. We're a national company now. We have 30 financial advisors that have already adapted to our system, and we have about 500 CPAs and EAs that are using our software right now.
Okay, and do you have a website so somebody can find out more information?
We do, financialgravity.com.
Okay, great, very easy to remember.
Yes.
So thank you so much, John, for joining us today from Financial Gravity. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you as well for joining us. We'll be right back.